What's up, guys? Godzilla Man here, and I had a failed take, so I already took the plastic off this one. But yeah, I have recently gotten some Blu-rays, and I'm starting with these two here. Um, so on online, basically on Walmart.com, they had alongside Prime Day had some deals, and I needed something, so I decided to kind of look around, and I saw Sonic here. Right here. I'm going to do a little yapping here, so if you want to skip, that's fine. I don't blame you. But anyway, normally, or this normal price is $50. Right now, it's on sale for like 20 or 30, but because it's like a full-on like 4K steelbook, has a whole bunch of extra stuff in it. I'll have to show you guys. I got it for $9.92, and then Lucky Star here was like 40 or 45. I got for 20. So I had something else in my cart. And then I had both of these in my cart, and then it said, like, Sonic out of stock. I was like, well, it's so cheap, yeah, of course. Or it's, you know, so discounted, yeah, of course, whatever. But I just really wanted it, so I was like, I don't know if this is being stubborn, but let me just try to add it again. Because when I decided to look it up, it didn't say out of stock. So I was like, maybe it was just delayed or something, I don't know. So I added it to my cart, and it said Lucky Star was out of stock. And then I look it up again, Lucky Star's still there. So I kept, like, adding it to my cart until I was finally able to check out, and then I was able to get it, so I don't know. But anyway, you can see, might be hard to see on camera, but it's kind of like the case looks 3D-like, because they have designs on the outside sleeve and the inside sleeve, and we have stuff back here. This looks like just a insert, I think. Oh, what is this? Hold on. Oh, that's cool. So we have this little guy here with a card. Oh. So this has the digital code on it. That's interesting. It's like a digital code, but they put it in this little steel case. That's so cute. It's like, hey, this part of the movie, or this copy of the movie is digital, but hey, we know you're a physical collector if you're buying this, so here's something that you would like. Luckily, it actually comes with the real movie. As you can see, it's a little bit falling out, but oh well, it's not perfect. So anyway, we have this comic, Sonic the Hedgehog, The Adventures of Sonic and Donut Lord. I'll show you guys more of that after here. And then these are all the little posters and stuff. Here's the actual movie. It's not in plastic. Okay, good. So there you go. 4K and Blu-ray. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to open these guys here. Then we'll take a look at the comic, and then we'll take a look at the Lucky Star. I just saw he's a collector on YouTube, talks about toys and Sonic Toast, and he talked about, actually recently he's going through his comic collection again, but I forget how many years ago he did videos, and he had non-IDW and Archie Sonic, like a little binder with those books in it, so he had like the Sonic XDC, so that actually probably was recent. Yeah, that was recent then, if it was Sonic XDC. And then he had some other ones, but he also had this one. And I was like, oh, it came with the Blu-ray. But then I saw that there's these in one of the Blu-ray sets. So I was like, well, I don't really want to have two Blu-rays. But then I found the Steelbook that had everything. So this is the first one here. Sonic and then Robotnik. They're like posters, but almost like trading cards to me, sort of. There's Maddie. And Donut Lord, the goat. There's Sonic there, reading up there on the stoplight. That is really cool. And then there's him running. And there's this one here in Baby Sonic. So not too shabby. For $9.92. If you guys don't want spoilers, like if you want this book or have this book, click off. Because I'm just going to show everybody, because why not? Unless like Paramount copyrights me. I don't know. I'll have to wait and find out. Just kind of holding it here, so hopefully I'm not being too unsteady. You know. But yeah, this is pretty much, it's like classic Sonic sprites, but you see the cartoony other, you know, cartoony art of the other characters in this book. So this is something that I'm like happy to have, and I want to hold on to it for in the future. So yeah, you get those little poster trading card things, the comic. Funnily enough, so the actual Blu-ray's in just a plastic case, which is fine, honestly. But the freaking I love this little thing. But the little digital codes in a steelbook. Imagine that if they start selling digital codes for movies like this. Like, hey, you physical collectors, we know you want something, but get over it. No more Blu-rays. Unless you like buying from Criterion. But anyway, this is the back. Robotnik ship on there. So yeah, these all were back here like so. It won't go. Oh, there we go. If I put it from the top, then because of the stuff below and on the slip cover, looks kind of 3D like. So that is really cool. I got something in the mail today. And yeah, I'm editing different videos together. I want to show the Sonic related stuff first, and then all the other stuff. Other than Lucky Star, I might just show Lucky Star with Sonic. But yes. So I got this off of eBay. I left it in my saved list. And it ended up being a couple dollars cheaper than the original listing. So this is actually better condition than I thought. But yeah, this one's interesting. So I'm going to move some of this manga here. Because it has the full story, I'm pretty sure at least, of Mobius 25 years later. There we go. So, I have 2 of these Supersonic special magazines already, but I was just looking on eBay, and this one, it was only like $7. And I thought, you know, I was like, it's different because it has all of 25 years later, even though a lot of people probably would be like, it's like one of the worst Sonic stories ever, but I was like, hey, that's cool. And I want to try to, I have what I want to start with, or what I have been starting with collecting, but I kind of want to just collect as many Sonic comics as I can that are reasonably priced. Unfortunately, I did have to pay shipping, so it was a couple dollars over cover price. But I mean, the condition really isn't that bad, really. It's pretty good. I mean, there's this, but that's all right. It's a magazine, you know, it's probably red and whatnot. But yeah. So I just, I don't know, those other Supersonic special magazines, they only have, like, different issues, like, reprinted that aren't, like, all in succession. I mean, some of them might have 2 or 3, like, say, like, I don't know, 150, 151, 152 or something. I don't know if that's actually in the magazines, but, you know. So I was like, this has a whole storyline, which is different. And I'm like, that's really cool. So I thought, why not? You know, maybe I'll try to collect more of these magazines. But I'm not going to probably go through each page, but I just want to show you the art. And yeah, it pretty much does all the issues of 25 years later. And then towards the end here, let's see what it shows. Oh, so they're advertising 30 years later. And we have this here. Let's see, I'm going to get on the other side of the camera. But this is a big one, because you see it says page 121, 123. So not too bad. Stephen Butler, got a interview with him, and there's Shadow back here. So yeah, this one's pretty cool. It's, yeah, I don't know if any other Supersonic special magazines show or have an entire story arc all in one magazine, but this one does, and I don't really, I've been looking online, I haven't really seen this specific issue a lot of places. I don't want to pretend particularly that it's like rare or anything. It's just that maybe nobody's selling it. So I don't know. There's other ones that are probably similarly priced, but with shipping, or actually no, I'm sorry, they're more. With shipping, they're like $20, $30 each. I'm like, that's a little much for me. I'd rather pay like $5, $10 and then maybe a little shipping, you know what I mean? But yeah, this one is a big one. It's really cool. I love this cover art here, even though silver really isn't in that story, I don't think. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys what else I've gotten recently, and I'm going to start with the Sonic stuff. So we have Sonic XTC number 4 here, number 5, and then issue 80 of the main line. Then we have this guy here, which I'm going to show what that is later. So, I went to Books Galore in Erie, Pennsylvania, and they had Sonic comics, and they said their books usually are 50 cents more than cover price. So that means these books, $2.99, so I only paid $3.50. I got Babylon Rising 34, or Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, and I don't remember off the top of my head, but some of these I have 1 or 2 Sonic Universe issues already, and that's why I got them, so I can like finish up the 4-issue storyline, you know, because Sonic Universe goes by each 4 issues is a different story. So we have Sonic Universe Spark of Life 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's all of that. And then Chaotix Quest, I believe I have 46 and 48. So I believe I have all 4 of those. And then here's issue 43, 44. Then here's a one-shot Sonic Universe with about Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing Transformed, so they have other Sega characters and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if this is the only one, but this is probably one of the only Sonic Universes that's a one-shot story. Then I have some single issues already, so I have 254, 256 to add to that, because it's like post-Genesis wave. Then we have 244, 245, 246. So yeah, I got all of those. I think except for, yeah, there's only like 4 that were like $3.99. So most $3.50 and some $4.50. Then we have this one here that I threw in a bag and board. This was $2. But this comic is one of the first appearances of Sonic in a comic. It was a advertisement or promotional comic a couple months after the first game came out, before Archie even had the rights to Sonic or wanted to make a Sonic comic. Sorry, I kind of went quick there. But I've been looking for this book, and I finally found it at Books Galore. But there's a Superman one in a Justice League of Europe, I believe. I saw Sonic Toast talk about it on YouTube. So that's what made me aware of it. And I'm going to try to find those other 2. But right now we have this Batman, and then it goes right back to Batman. There we go. Pretty nice. This is from a long time ago. I think I found it at Walmart or something, but that's kind of chilling there. Okay, so this is probably going to be part of a bigger video, but I thought I would film today because I just got some new stuff. Sonic 3 4K Blu-ray. I technically do have my PS5 as a 4K player, but I don't have a 4K TV, so I'll probably just watch the Blu-ray. I don't believe they had any other version, so I was like, alright, I'll just get what they got. I was at the store, it was kind of an impulse buy. I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, I don't have Sonic 3. I've been wanting to get all the movies. There it is. The 4K. I caught Sonic in 4K. No. It's like, what? Kind of pressing a little hard on that. Whoops. That's the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Blu-ray. When I was a kid, I always thought that it would be blue on the disc for some reason. But then I learned, I was like, oh, it's the laser light. I believe. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe it's not a blue laser. I always thought it was a blue laser. I don't know. Anyway, the other things I'm going to show here are already open, at least the Blu-ray. I mean, the other two things are books, so that doesn't count. But I wasn't originally planning on making a video about, you know, like new Blu-rays and new other things that I got. So I already opened this, but I still want to show you guys. I got the Sonic Prime Complete series. It's a steel book. Looks like it's scratched, but I mean, it's not. I don't know. Yeah, it comes out of the slip here. Then there's the steel book cover. Looks really cool. Whoop. And there's the 3 discs. Season 1, 2, and Season 3. So, now that I have all 3 of these, I may get rid of the other 2 that I have. It's like they're the same thing. I mean, they have different... Technically, they're variants, but I don't know. These 2. Like here, I'll show you guys. I saw somebody else review, or not review, but show this set, and I think they said the discs were different. Technically, but I still don't really want to keep the single seasons. I'm probably not going to use them. Not particularly that I have to use it to justify having it, you know, because I have, like, for instance, Sonic IDW comics where it's like I have variant covers of the same issue, you know. But with these Blu-rays, I'm not really that hyped about the differences with, you know, the cover art and the disc art of the first 2 seasons. I'm more so fascinated with this. Anyway, I was at the comic book store. Let's see, the date today is July 11th, so it's July 9th, 2025, that Godzilla, Here There Be Aliens, issue 2 came out. I do have issue 1 here. I didn't read number 2 yet, but I definitely want to. Also have, I don't know if I showed you guys this, because I'm going to, yeah. Okay, so, now, while I was at the comic book store, to get Here There Be Aliens number 2, I saw this, and I was like, hey, that's the Sonic Prime graphic novel. And I'm a sucker for Sonic, because really, I thought to myself, I was like it says, adapts Volume 1 and Volume 2, or Episode 1, Episode 2. So, if you look, it's pretty much the show, just in paper form and with speech bubbles. I don't know if I'm going to really show the whole thing. You can see what happens. And I thought, like, well, you know, I have the show. I could watch the show. It's no different, unless there are subtle differences that I don't know about. But I was like, hey, it's a Sonic comic, and I like all things Sonic comics, so sure, I'll read through it. I don't know if I'm going to, like, read it over and over again, particularly, if I'm saying that word right. But I just like having it. So, yeah, honestly, I don't know. I was just like, why not? There's a Sonic Prime graphic novel. Cool, you know what I mean? I know the Godzilla graphic novels, like, for instance, where is it? I think it's called Aftershock. Yeah, no. Godzilla Awakening, takes place in the same universe as, like, Godzilla 2014, but it is not a retelling of the movie. You know, it takes place in the same universe, but it tells, you know, a different, you know, it's not telling the exact story of the movie. It's a different story, you know what I mean? This one, I believe, unfortunately, as much as I love Godzilla, for some reason, this one I forget. I think it takes place before 2014, but It might take place after. But yeah, so this one's a little different. At first I thought, well, I'm literally buying, like I said, just the episode in paper form, but I thought, hey, it's cool. You know, I could read it if I don't feel like looking at the screen or something. I don't know. Plus, it's a cool little thing to have in my collection. So, yeah. All right, so now it's the non-Sonic related stuff. Now, again, I might edit it so that I show more Sonic stuff, and then it'll come back to this video, if that makes sense. Because I have like 3 different videos, and I'm chopping up the Sonic stuff first, and then everything else later. So this is some other new stuff. Justice League Kong 2, number 2. This is a freebie Fantastic Four. And I found this in 50-cent bin at Dawson's Geek Comics, and I thought, free comic book day, I like cars. I don't know if the story's good, I don't really care. I just like collecting free comic book day books from the past, so that looked cool. And then my grandma used to read Archie, and I found an old Archie there in the 50-cent bin. I just thought, I don't know if she read that exact issue, but that'd be cool to like show her and be like, hey, do you remember that? You know, she used to trade them with their friends a long time ago, so. And then this is number 3 of Godzilla Justice League Kong. I have this variant cover here with Harley Quinn and King Ghidorah. Godzilla escaped the dead zone. Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. The Kaisei era Godzilla number 1, which dead zone is Kaisei 2. Queen of Monsters. And then we have this, I found this Batman like Halloween special. I thought it looked really cool. So I was like, why not? So, the comics, the Supersonic Special magazine was from eBay. The single-issue Sonic Archie comics were from Books Galore. This stuff was all, these were all from Benny's Comics and Dawson's Geek Comics. And then, let's see what else at Books Galore. I also got manga. $5 for Splatoon 1 here. And this one looks like just like a fun one, so I'm like, I was like, I don't know if I want to start a new manga series, but I was like, that's okay. It looks like something I could just read, and if I find Volume 2, I will. If not, that's fine. I know they had a Batman manga, but I guess there's a Joker one, so I was like, why not? We have this double-sided sci-fi book I wanted to try. Then this is an interesting one. I've never seen this release of Dragon Ball. This is number 48, so I don't know if this is just one chapter or what. But it's really cool. I found it at Books Galore, just in the sci-fi section with that book here. And I was like, I've seen this in the 90s, the single issues, but, I mean, I wasn't alive in the 90s, but I've seen the 90s issues from the single issues, but this is 1996, so interesting. I didn't know this. Gilnance? I grew up with Beyblade. I didn't get, like, insanely into it, but I had at least, like, 2 or 3 of them, and I play with my friend. So I guess Beyblade X is newer now. So I was like, why not just get Volume 1 and see how it is. This looked pretty cool. It's about a skull face bookseller. Huh? Book about a bookseller. And this is about an assassin from a cult, and she meets somebody. I think it's a love interest, but I could be wrong. And she starts questioning, if she should keep doing what she's doing, basically. From the creator of Spy Family. I think this only has a couple volumes. That's why I grabbed some Volume 1s. I was like, this one I don't think has too many. This one doesn't have too many. This one, honestly, if I find more, fine. But if not, I'm cool with just reading one. This is random. This is its own story. This, I don't know if it even has a Volume 2. And this is another, like, if I find more, cool, but I'm not really... I don't think there's probably going to be any cliffhangers in there. Then at Benny's Comics, too, I found this, this Simpsons complete in box here. Oop. DVD set. Let's see here. So that's really cool. So this is just a combination of just stuff I've been collecting for a while now. Or on finds, or whatever you would say. Just pickups, I guess, is what I would say. Alright, now here's for games. So, trying to think of the 4. I think I have I have a fourth somewhere, don't I? I don't know where it's at. Well, I don't know. I got Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. Must be buried under something else, so I guess you guys will just have to believe me. But I got Loco Roco here. This was, I think it was like $5. Sega Superstars Tennis ended up being $5. And Sega Superstars Tennis. Not like crazy finds, but I've been wanting, because the PS2 is like the original, you know, just with the controller, and then use the touchscreen for this one, so I've been wanting to collect every Sonic game I can, and these two have, you know, differences to them. Loco Roco I grew up with. And then Smash Bros. For 3DS, I just want to try that out. Alright. So from Bayfront Entertainment in Erie, I got Exit for $8 here, and it's complete in box with the manual, which is cool here. From Hall of Hobbies in Elwood Snow in New Wilmington, PA, Luminous for the PSP, complete in box. This one was like $8 too, I believe. Or it might even have been $5. I don't know. I don't remember. And then Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, because even though this isn't really the best of games, I remember playing it a long time ago, so I want to play it again. Alright, I got Sonic and the Secret of the Rings for $8. Not too bad. Oh, it's like tape or something. Okay. Stunt GP, this was like $2, $3. I thought, this looks cool. Why not try? It's like a RC car racing game. Midway Arcade Treasures number 3 for $15. And this has, like, I grew up with Hydro Thunder. When I was younger, Hydro Thunder in 2049 here, I used to play that. So I was like, why not have it at home? Then I found Pacific Rim, and I was like, I like Godzilla, so look at that. Ooh, 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 ooh. So it's a monster movie for the collection. And I've been wanting to buy every Spider-Man movie. So those are two I do not have. So yeah. Now we're on to Lucky Star. This is an anime. Can't 100% remember when I watched it first, but I remember Anime Man talked about it a long time ago. And I believe I watched it, I think it was before 2020, but I could be wrong. So it's been a while, but I remember really liking it. I just thought it was cute and funny. I can understand other people maybe watching it, and if they don't vibe with it or get the jokes, they might think it's just, okay, just anime girls in high school, who cares? But I just thought it was colorful and funny. And if something's colorful and funny, I'll probably like it. Well, maybe not everything, but you know what I mean. So, ooh, here we are. Lots of Lucky Stars in here. So it starts with the DVD. The DVDs, I mean. So we have 5 DVDs, I think it said on the back. Yep. And then the Blu-ray, since Blu-rays can hold more data. Looks like there's 3 Blu-rays. So yeah, not much else in this Lucky Star one, but, I mean, hey, why not? I like physical media, and thinking about movies and shows, whether recent or not, that I do enjoy, you know, it would be fun to pick them up. Whoop, hold on. Like, for instance, at, I believe it was a Big Lots before they closed up, which some are opening back up now, but I found Larry Boy, the Ultimate Collection there, and this other VeggieTales one. This is just random. I was just showing examples of, like, because as a kid I've watched VeggieTales, so I was like, hey, for nostalgia, why not? Then my cousin, for Christmas, got me some Sonic Boom, and then I had this Christmas Blast as a kid, but now I have it. So that's not like all the DVDs I have, but that's just, you know, an example of, you know, shows that I've watched as a kid, or movies or whatever that I'm starting to get interested in collecting, especially because DVDs and Blu-rays aren't really that expensive, at least right now, compared to, like, video games. Also, too, speaking of video games, it was in the pile with these. I still have a copy of Jump Force. I haven't played it in a long time, though, but why not show it on video? Alright, so I think I'm going to add more to this video, because I had other stuff that I've recently gotten, so peace out until the next part, I guess.